You just can get so good at aiming. You're gonna be able to dominate up to like higher ranks because lower level players just don't understand. Alright guys, I'm going to be recording this video and it's going to be about aiming, alright? Now, I don't have like the greatest aim in the world, but my aim has greatly improved over time. And these are some of the things that I learned that worked for me that maybe might be new concepts for you guys. And I hope you guys can learn something from my warm-up routine and you can apply it to your games and it can maybe like completely change how you think about aiming. Even for my console viewers, you guys are definitely still going to get something out of this. So whenever we get into the first thing that I do, is something that I learned from sports, from playing competitive sports, and it's the eye tracking warm-up. Now, usually we play Overwatch whenever we just get home from work or from school or whatever, so you need to warm up your eyes. Your eyes aren't trained to just like track things all the time. I mean, maybe if you're younger, if you're playing sports, they for sure are, but for a lot of us, our eyes aren't really trained to track fast-moving objects. So the first thing I like to do is I like to just stare at the people on my screen without even moving my mouse, and I'm just going to track them with my eyes for like about a minute. Now I'm going to get out my timer here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be doing this for 1 minute, just warming up my eyes, trying to track it with my eyeballs. All right, so I'm going to start the time here. Go! 1 minute. You can even look at like Alaris or like maybe Mercies, like flying characters. Try to imagine your actual hand like moving it as well. Watching Genjis always helps a lot. Alright, that's about a minute. Now normally I would go longer than that, but just for the sake of the video, that's been about a minute. So I'm going to dismiss that, reset my timer, right? A big thing about doing that with your eyes, it's something called smooth pursuit. If you look up the definition of smooth pursuit, you're going to see that this is used all the time. Getting your eyes warmed up to even be able to play the game or even like look at the stuff on your screen. And the next thing I do now is, now that my eyes are warmed up, I'm now going to warm up my hand that's on my keyboard. The hand that's on my keyboard is going to be mirroring movements of the enemies. So all I'm going to do is just mirror the movement, try to keep my crosshair as close to the enemy as possible, and just AD strafe with them. Just like this. You're just tracking their movements with your keyboard. Got to set my timer. Damn it. 3, 2, 1, go! Only using this. I'm trying to isolate every variable. You can see how close my crosshair just stays to this Genji. So, it's probably been about a minute now, so I'm going to reset my timer again. Now, what I like to focus on is actually tracking with my mouse. Now, you can shoot if you want, but I usually like to just keep it on the crosshair here. Again, I forgot to start my timer. I suck. Now, this part is definitely something you need to learn, and this is the one part that you really train in aim trainers. Alright. So that's like about a minute and a half or something. Just missed my timer. And then the last part, what I like to do now is I like to combine it all. So I broke it all into the steps. You have the eye tracking. And then after the eye tracking, you have the movement mirroring and strafing. And then once you get aim, so that's the third step. And then the fourth one is we're going to combine them all. Okay. Now, I think it's important to work on all of these like individually because, like, I mean, once again, I think when you break things down and make it simple, it makes it a lot easier to actually start learning and improving. But now this is what it's going to look like all combined, all right? Whenever you combine every single one of them. Because obviously in a game, you can't just sit still forever. I mean, that would be the dream, but I don't think it works like that. Like even here, you can see my aim isn't super warmed up. I would still probably want to do some of the other things more. Right there, you can see a perfect combination of the two. I'm just mirroring the strafe. Whenever you mirror the strafe, you just can get so good at aiming. You're going to be able to dominate up to like higher ranks. Just through that. Because lower level players just don't understand like what it looks like to even move with your keyboard or aim with your keyboard. I'm going to call it there. I hope you guys learned from this. I hope you learned like the science behind it and like how I think about it. I mean, the teacher in me loves to break things down, and then the sports athlete in me loves to think about like actual scientific studies behind it. Hope you guys like and subscribe. I've seen a lot of great comments lately. I appreciate all the support, guys. Keep it coming because these videos are going to keep coming too. So, love you guys. See you.